land. It's looking like the latest information coming in basically saying this is going to end up being more rain than snow, at least in the city of Philadelphia. Some spots north and west may still see some accumulation with this, but a changeover to rain means it will get washed away pretty quickly. The only spot that may do pretty well, the Poconos and the northern Lehigh Valley. This morning starting off a bit gloomy in Margate. You can see it's starting to brighten up a bit more, but we have a cold front that's going to be moving through this afternoon, ushering some colder air in for our Friday. We had a couple of sprinkles and flurries this morning. There may be another chance for a stray flurry or sprinkle here as that colder air starts to settle in, but otherwise the rest of today brightening up a bit. Here's the system we're watching. So now it's over land. We started to see this yesterday. Yesterday afternoon, we started to see the models trend toward this slightly warmer solution now that we're able to kind of sample the storm. We send the weather balloons up, measure the upper air, and kind of have better input basically for the models to work with, which is why we tend to wait until 24 to 48 hours out from a system before we start to talk about snow totals, because as we know, it goes back and forth and things change. And it's now looking like, unfortunately, it has gone the opposite way that snow lovers were hoping. This is mainly a rain and snow event. There's no real ice or sleet concerns with this storm. Always good when you're not talking about an ice storm, but accumulating snow will be mainly limited to areas far north and west, especially the Lehigh Valley and the Poconos. There will be the threat for coastal flooding still and gusty winds, but it is moving a bit faster. So this is really a Saturday afternoon and Saturday night storm with the focus between noon and midnight on Saturday. Confidence a bit better, at least in the city, that it could start as a brief snow or mix and then change over to just plain rain. Midday Saturday, here's what we're looking at. Snow likely to start, especially north and west, with a couple of slushy inches possible in the nearby suburbs, and then a changeover to rain. Look at that rain snow line by 4 p.m. It's rain in the city, rain on south, and changing even north and west. This does look to exit the area pretty quickly by late Saturday night into Sunday, and that wraparound snow we were looking at looks like that may not be a concern anymore. So we have dropped the weather alert for Sunday, remains in effect for Saturday. Coming up, we'll take a closer look at this timing and region-wide breakdown of what you can expect where you live. Natasha, I'll send it over to you.
All right, Kate, thank you. Well, everything for us, the timing, what we could see. I guess it depends on where you are. Kate, tell us what you know.
Absolutely, Natasha. It really depends on where you are with this one. We were hopeful that this would be our first really good chance for a significant snow in Philadelphia in over 700 days, late January of 2022. The last time we had any really appreciable snow in the city. It's looking less and less likely that that is going to be the case, unfortunately. For snow lovers, the forecast has kind of taken a turn toward that warmer solution. We were talking about different scenarios all week long. If the storm tracks a little bit closer to the coast, if it moves further out to sea, if it tracks further inland, it's now looking likely as we get closer to the onset of the system that it is going to take that more inland track, drawing in warm, moist air from the Atlantic Ocean and bringing more rain than snow to most of our area. Right now, we're at 39 degrees in Philadelphia. It's cloudy, but not as cold as recent mornings have been. Not warming up quite as quickly either, though, thanks to the cloud cover, but we will see the clouds break for some sun this afternoon, and it should turn out pretty nice. 44 degrees, clouds breaking for sun, another seasonable winter day with a west wind about 5 miles an hour today. Clouds and radar showing a few flurries here, trying to move into the Poconos. Now, these are fizzling as they move south and eastward, but it is an indication of colder air, which is filtering southward through tonight and into tomorrow. Tomorrow, the coldest day of the week, with highs barely reaching the 40-degree mark. So that bodes well for at least seeing some snow from this next system, at least on the onset of precipitation midday Saturday. Here's the storm we're watching. Starting to get its act together here over the Four Corners region. It's going to push eastward and get here by Saturday. It's now looking like more of a Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening storm. So it has sped up into the first half of the weekend. Sunday now looking like a much quieter day. So we've dropped the next weather alert from Sunday and left it in place for Saturday, because this is still going to be an impactful storm for us, whether you get snow or you get rain. But for most of us, it looks more like a steady rain, wind-driven rain, than a snowstorm. So 5 p.m. tomorrow, here's the storm developing here over portions of the Mississippi Valley. And here is the timing on this. Precipitation will likely work its way in right around the noon hour. Could even be a little bit sooner than that, but this is really, the focus is kind of noon to midnight on Saturday. And it will likely start as a period of wet snow, especially here, Chester County, Lancaster County, up into Montgomery County. Very quickly, though, we're going to see that rain-snow line shift to the north. So by 4 p.m., still snowing in the Lehigh Valley, still snowing in maybe upper Bucks County, and certainly still snowing in the Poconos. And it does come down at a pretty good clip here. It's heavy, wet snow, so it does compact a lot when it falls, but still snowing at a good clip here north and west. But by 4 p.m., it's already rain in Philadelphia. And the problem is the track of the storm. Track goes further north, Arctic air retreats, and we see this plume of warm, moist air from the Atlantic Ocean take over. I say warm, it's in the 40s ocean water temperatures. It's not warm by summer standards, but it is warm enough that it is going to kind of put a damper on our possibility to see any appreciable snow. 6:30 p.m., this is likely kind of the height of the storm here, where it's raining at a very good clip in the city, down the shore, heavy rain, strong winds, still heavy snow in the Poconos and parts of the Lehigh Valley. 8:30, 9 o'clock on Saturday night, we still are seeing heavy rain, especially from the city on south and eastward, changing over to some rain in the Lehigh Valley at the end of the storm. And then this gets out of here quickly, and it's no longer really looking like that wraparound back end snow will be likely into Sunday, maybe a stray rain or snow shower Sunday morning. So for most of us, from the city on north and west here, from I-95 up to about I-78, this could start as snow, maybe some brief slushy accumulations, and then a change over to rain. It's really northern Lehigh Valley, 78 on north into the Poconos, that this stays mainly snow. From the city and I-95 on south and eastward, unfortunately for snow lovers, this is looking like mainly rain. Could start as a brief period of snow, but likely won't amount to much before the changeover. Now, we still have about 48 hours before we really start to see this moving in, so this could go back and forth a bit. But again, it's looking more wet than white for most of us. And then we've got another storm to track on Tuesday, a powerful system. It's a warmer system. It's going to bring mainly rain, but a better chance for flooding and coastal impacts with the system next week. Natasha, I'll send it over to you.
All right, Kate, thank you very